All right, welcome back to 810WHB.com. Thanks for joining us. My name's Nate Bucati. I encourage you always to listen to the Border Patrol on Sports Radio 810WHB from 6 to 10 a.m. every day. And today, if you listen, you know that we had a couple of all-stars in studio, Billy Butler and Greg Holland. And you can go to 810WHB.com and download the podcast if you missed that conversation. But quickly, we found out that these two guys are rivals as friends in fantasy football. So I'd like to know, Billy, maybe what's the dumbest draft pick that Greg Holland's ever made in fantasy football, if you can remember? He says he hasn't made the playoffs.
I don't think you can just put your finger on one.
I know one.
I know. Actually, the one. Well, I think Michael Vick was one last year. It was actually a pre-draft trade they made last year that just threw them all off.
Wow.
I mean, that's the reason why we instituted no draft pick trading this year. It was because of that. because of that guy right there. I mean, so there is no pre-draft trading now because of what happened last year.
We're about to put out our fantasy football magazine. So you won your league last year with all the players.
Know what,
what's your tip?
I'll send my picks in.
Okay, there you go. What's your tip for this year? Who's your best player that you had, or you think
my best player that I had last year? I had many of them. So my late I had RG3 in the 9th round and Alfred Morris in the 10th. So you can kind of say first round picks don't win it for you. It's in the middle rounds.
Yeah, that pretty much made his draft.
Yeah. RG3.
Yeah, he hit the lottery. But what are you gonna do?
Well, RG3 didn't get injured until the playoffs.
Hey, the Redskins made the playoffs, so I'm a Redskins fan. I'm gonna get my Redskins.
Yeah. Who's the one Cowboy that you need to draft in?
Des Bryant.
Yeah, Des Bryant, but I kind of got a heavy heart for Tony Romo, so we'll see what happens. I've been on the couch many times on Sunday, and my heart sank watching him play. So,
what round is it acceptable to draft Tony Romo in?
Probably 14th.
14th round.
He's going to go a little bit before that. I mean, he's a little bit better than that. But you won't see me taking Tony Romo. Okay, so you can eliminate one guy in our league that's not going to grab him.
I told Billy I hope I'm one draft pick in front of him so I can take all of his Redskins.
Can you handle that as a Cowboys fan having Redskins on your roster, though?
I will say last year that Greg, he did make a trade for me so I get Pierre Garçon for my stretch run. So I did like that.
That's why I bought coffee this morning.
Oh, so there you go. That's all.
You know what? We got the draft coming up. I'm the one in charge of hosting it because the guy did win. The guy wins hosts. And so I'm happy to do that. All right, every year.
The most gracious winner you guys have ever had, right here.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thanks a lot for coming in. That's Billy Butler, Greg Holland giving fantasy advice. And if you want to hear more about actual baseball, just listen to our podcast at 810WHB.com. And better yet, go watch them play the Boston Red Sox this weekend. 4 games coming up against the team with the best record in the American League. We'll see you next time here on 810WHB.com.